This is a highly oxidized oolong out of Taiwan from our friend Goe Tea. It's Alfredo is the tea farmer. And we'll go ahead and get started. I don't want to tell you too much about the tea to sway your evaluation on it, but if we want to get started with the leaf first.
Yeah, I think the plucking standard's all over the place. I've got anything from 2 leaves to pieces of leaf to a giant stem with 1 leaf. I wouldn't have guessed that it was overly oxidized. I mean, the smell smelled more like this. Then this is the thing with oolongs. When you smell an oolong or taste an oolong, age, oxidation, and roast are 3 things that are very hard to tell the difference between. And I would have said that this was roasted more than oxidized, but I guess I'm wrong. What do you think, Jason?
Well, as far as like you're saying about leaf quality, I'm familiar. I agree. I'm familiar with Taiwan Oolongs that have 2 leaves and a bud. Here I've got lots of just kind of 1 leaf and what may have been a leaf. They're connected. These are deep, rich green leaves. Oxidation-wise, a lot of these are just kind of the edges moving in towards the center are starting to oxidize.
But I wouldn't say it's uniform, would you?
It's not that consistent, no. I mean, I've got some leaves that barely have any oxidation and others that are pretty much a good consistent ring around the edge as the oxidation moved in towards the center. At a sniff, at a first sniff, part of me recognized a little bit an element of Dongding type oolong in here.
Okay, well, should we move on to the liquor?
Yeah, let's taste this. Now we did let this sit for a really long time, but I do get like a very, I guess, if you're telling me this is oxidized to a higher degree, at least, it does have that Dongding type flavor to it, and I would guess it was roasted a little bit and oxidized a little bit. I'm still getting it's a little bit astringent for sure. What do we say, Jason?
Getting a little bit of the associations with roasting. You get kind of a gentle kind of caramel type element there. A little bit of roasted nut, maybe even. But it still has some of your, in the aftertaste, the back, I'm getting more of the kind of the high mountain sweetness, floral type of sweetness there. It's more in the back. I'm trying to pinpoint what kind of floral I want to put to this.
Yeah, Elise, can you tell us more about it now?
Okay. Yeah, so Alfredo is a friend that I met when I was in Japan at Obubu, and he got into tea 4 years ago, and he ended up working under the tea master that brought Ruby number 18, the variety, the tea variety, to popularity in Taiwan. So he's got the mother plant, I guess is what you can call from that. So all his teas are made from that variety. Yet in his region of where he learned how to grow tea, the high mountain, lightly oxidized oolong is what's very common there. And what he's trying to do is innovate upon that and focus more on making higher degree of oxidation teas, almost like black teas, similar to what his mentor, his tea master, taught him about. But he's also trying to find his own niche. And so this is his style of what he's trying to bring. And it's actually a very traditional style of processing tea that is it's kind of a dying art. So not so many farmers are practicing this style of making tea. So yeah, that's as much of the story we have now. I'm sure we can get much more of the story from Alfredo as he interacts with Tealet more and more. But as you can understand, there's language barriers and there's other difficulties that make it difficult to tell that full story.
Yeah, that said, it doesn't taste exactly like a brandy oolong. It's not there. It's not that far on the oxidation scale, I wouldn't say. But it's similar to it. That's the brandy oolong is the term they're given to ball style oolongs that are made in the black tea style, basically with black tea cultivars, and they're quite trendy these days. But this is it's kind of a little bit one notch below that taste. It's not all like it's not straight black tea, but it's nice. I like it.
Great. Miriam, do you have any final notes on this tea?
I just really like how kind of it seems like it has more of a medium body to it in the mouth with it that I think is really characteristic of most Taiwanese oolongs, and that combined with sort of the more floral, darker than normal taste of this oolong, but not quite a dongying, of course, is pretty nice. So
great, awesome.
Yeah, one thing I would note here, I mean, I haven't looked at my watch, but I'm assuming I took a sip maybe 30 to 90 seconds ago. And if I just kind of smack around a little bit, I'm still getting the sweetness off of that of the oolong. It's not excessively astringent. It's not fading off quite so quickly. It's been fairly consistently strong for that time period.
Great. Well, we appreciate all of your evaluations. We've had a great time tasting these teas with you. And we look forward to next month where we'll have a whole new series of teas.